What's going on, everyone? I'm Justin Thomas. Welcome to the Justin Thomas Show. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that now. And let's not waste any time. Let's just jump into the latest Westworld Season 2 news and talk about the promotional spot that just aired during the Super Bowl. Now, I want to start off by just saying that I have never been a fan of dissecting trailers for any of the series I cover. This is because I find that a lot of people read too much into the footage, and in the end, they come up with a lot of interesting theories, but for the most part, they don't end up holding up. And this is especially true when it comes to Westworld and this trailer, or better yet, promotion, which we'll talk about in a minute. I'm a dedicated superfan and content creator who's been mainly focusing on Westworld for some time now. I run the largest official Westworld online community, which I will put the link in the info below for anyone that's looking to link up with any other super fans of the series, and I have been steadily covering the series since the start. Now, I've been paying extra close attention to the casting and production news during the off-season. I find that you can get a far better idea of what's in store by looking at who's been casted and what role it's been casted for. This will give you a general idea of what they're going to be focusing on for the series. I think this, along with understanding the overarching story and theme for the show, as well as taking a look at the trailers in a broader sense, is the best way to learn as much as possible about what's in store for us. So yes, as far as dissecting trailers, if you use the information gathered over a long period of time, as I have done, you can achieve some decent results, simply looking at what characters are shown and how much they're shown in these spots. And that can contribute to a better understanding of what's to come, and will reinforce any prior beliefs on the overall focus or the importance of a particular character in their potential storylines. I will be linking all my Westworld updates and the information below, and they're all pretty quick and to the point, so I recommend you take a look at them after this video if you want to be fully brought up to speed on the series. So let's just take a look at what this particular trailer actually is meant to achieve. We can do this by simply taking a quick look at the interview with Jonathan Nolan. We see here that this is more of an effort to immerse the viewers in the world in which Westworld takes place. Now, immersion is a crucial part of the series in every way, and the show has done a great job of not only making Westworld seem like a real place for its characters to visit, but also making us feel like it's a real place. Their effort to do this in marketing campaign has been nothing short of genius. With the Delos website, which I will be doing a follow-up video with a breakdown of what is to be taken from the updates on the site that appeared just after this trailer was released. But not only the website, but HBO actually has deployed traveling pop-up expos that offer a Westworld experience. So with the article from Entertainment Weekly, which I'll link below, which essentially is Nolan telling the fans that we need to look at the trailer as a promotional video for the fictitious theme park, more than a trailer containing any real plot points, and a follow-up true trailer will be coming out soon. But this being said, we can still learn from this promo. For example, let's look at the shot in which we see Bernard, Stubbs, and as of right now, technically unidentifiable security. And think about the casting that was done for Season 2. The largest addition to any, I'll just call them factions, of the world in which Westworld resides within was the security force. We see additions of some really talented actors, such as Gustav Skarsgård, who is most well known as Floki from Vikings, as well as Jonathan Tucker, who, in my opinion, might be one of the most talented actors currently working in Hollywood. Alongside a cast of new regulars on the security force is tyrant actor Fares, who takes on the role of tech expert Antone Costa, as well as Get Out actress Betty Gabriel, who will be reoccurring as Marlene, who is trying to restore order on the ground. So as we see, the show is definitely going to feature a far more in-depth look into the Delos operation, specifically its security, with actors who will almost certainly have a much more detailed storyline and much more dialogue, because you wouldn't be hiring Jonathan Tucker and Gustav Skarsgård and the rest of this talented company to play glorified extras as we saw in the security force in Season 1. We only got a bit of insight into the security in the first few episodes, with essentially Stubbs having the only speaking role within the operation. And all of that came to a sudden halt after Stubbs and his only other companion, who wasn't even security but in fact a behavioral tech expert, Elsie, are both separated and taken out of the picture due to what we tend to believe is an effort by Ford to neutralize the two, and in the end were both apparently abducted, and it's been made clear through a combination of hints through the Delos websites and trailer footage and interviews that they both will be back this season, whole and healthy. And this is where we can combine the knowledge of the casting with the theme of the trailer. Westworld Season 1 was all about control. Season 2 will be chaos, as we see through the visuals that are within this minute 40 trailer, specifically the scene with the host bulls attacking security. This season will be about the attempt to regain control by both hosts and humans in a state of chaos that Dolores/Wyatt kicked off in the Season 1 finale. Now let's look at another focus of this trailer before we go into the obvious main players of our story, such as Dolores, the Man in Black, Maeve, and so on. Ghost Nation is not just going to disappear. It seems that we're going to get a much deeper look into the Wildcard faction, who has played a role in Season 1, but their true intentions or any details about them are very unclear. But the casting of Zahn McClaren, who we see in this trailer, means that we are sure to have some actual dialogue and a decent amount of time spent with the Nation. You wouldn't cast such a prominent actor whose injury during this production actually shut down shooting for a substantial period of time which leads me to believe Ghost Nation is going to play a larger role in this story, or else Zahn's offset injury would not have halted production for this long period of time. That actually did set back the release date, which I will just say, obviously, we are happy that Zahn is okay, and if he wasn't an important character, it definitely wouldn't have set back production as long as it did. Now let's look at the main players in those most prominently featured in this short promo. Let's talk about young William, aka Young Man in Black, Jimmy Simpson, who was kind enough to give me first confirmation of his return for Season 2 of Westworld, along with Ben Barnes playing Logan. We see them in a few interesting scenes that look like they can be taking place within the Delos facility, or possibly, we could get a look into the outside world. I'm assuming that we'll be getting a better understanding of what exactly happened to William through a series of flashbacks, since Season 1, in my opinion, kind of dropped the ball with explaining the transformation of William to the Man in Black. I'm very happy to see both Jimmy Simpson and Ben Barnes back. So let's take a look at what is seemingly going on with the characters such as Dolores, the Man in Black, Teddy, Maeve, as well as Bernard. We know Dolores is leading a small army of hosts on a killing spree throughout the park. This scene with the men in masks is actually part of her army. Ford had a line of dialogue last season which revealed this. Although from the information I've gathered over the last year through press releases, interviews, it looks like we are going to pick up the season in the aftermath of the revolt. This may be disappointing for a lot of people, but it is what it is, and it doesn't mean we won't be seeing the events play out. I think we'll just be seeing them through flashbacks, and the trailer reinforces this by showing us Bernard and the new beefed-up security surveying the carnage of this revolt, in which we can see dead animals, but also what looks to be human bodies in this scene. There's definitely going to be an ongoing struggle for control, as I said, but I believe that the full-blown host assault on the guests, it will be subdued when we pick up with our story in episode 1. But obviously Maeve, who we see in this beautifully shot sequence, will be stirring up a lot of trouble for the establishment, as well as Dolores and crew, who I feel will be carrying out attacks on the guests and staff. I think that we're going to see these hosts, especially Dolores, struggling within herself, and also with other hosts that did not contain the code that was needed to jumpstart their path to so-called sentience, which we will get into in a different video. The struggle within is looking like it's going to be prevalent within Bernard's storyline, since let's remember, though he's a host, he is no doubt going to be struggling with who he is and where he stands in all of this, since he's dealing with the exact opposite of what the rogue hosts are dealing with. His whole existence is based off the fact that he thought he was a human. Now dealing with the truth that he is in fact a host is going to be quite the mindfuck, for a lack of a better phrase. We do see a few visuals in this trailer which are in line with this. Seen here as a skeleton of a host is creeping behind Bernard, and this also goes along with what's been revealed about the focus of Season 2. The writers have made a point to let us know that we're going to get a better look into the actual biological makeup of these hosts, how they are made, how they can actually be killed, and so on. The blank canvas of a host is a definite indicator that we'll be seeing more than the bare bones of this creation process. So that's it for right now. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that we do see Peter Abernathy, Dolores' first father, in this trailer, and Lewis Hertham, one of the best actors in the show in my opinion, is returning, and he's returning not as a guest star, but as a main cast member, so we can expect to see a lot more screen time for Lewis Hertham here. Just another example of just looking at the casting, looking at the trailer, and who they choose to focus on. But let me know your guys' thoughts on the trailer and what you're looking forward to for Westworld Season 2, what you guys want to see. And also be on the lookout for my upcoming video breakdown of the website information that was released that gives us a little bit of an insight on the other parks that are evidently going to be showcased in the coming seasons. I'm Justin Thomas. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. No, I didn't see you guys there. I'm Justin Thomas, and I hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did enjoy that video, make sure to check out some of our other videos, maybe right here, possibly right there, but make sure to subscribe right there, and we'll see you guys soon.